You're probably watching this video because you've tried to remove weeds from your driveway and they've grown back pretty quickly. Or you've tried it in the past and they've grown back pretty quickly and you're looking for a little bit more of a permanent solution. Well, we have the right product for you. Either that, or you're an external cleaning company who have had that problem in the past and you're looking to add value to your customers' jobs without breaking the bank. On top of all of that, you want to avoid timely DIY methods of raking stuff out, repointing it, or expensive solutions such as sealing it. If you have your driveway sealed, sometimes the sealant can stop the well, obviously it does stop the weeds from growing, but they still grow underneath, which can cause block migration, sinkages, and dips and troughs. We do actually have a video on how to fix that, quick DIY fix, which I'll put a card up here. You can click that, follow that through if you've got dips and troughs on your driveway that you need fixing before you deal with the weed. Firstly, it's good to note that you cannot stop the weeds from growing unless you absolutely nuke the ground with radiation. You'll always get some sort of growth. The best thing to do is to apply something that stops them from growing and keeps them at bay for the longest time possible. It is a maintenance job, so they will need treating depending on your environment, your area, the slope of your driveway, how much moisture you get. They'll need treating every 3, 6, 9 or 12 months. I've seen weeds growing through resin, tarmac, and even to a point where they've cracked concrete and growing through the cracks. You really can't avoid them, and it's best to deal with them rather than try and ignore them by sealing or trapping them in, because they will still grow. They are absolute buggers. So at this point you've probably tried all the over-the-counter weed killers from your local DIY stores, and they do kill the weeds, but they grow back very quickly. They are a bit naff. Obviously there's laws and whatnot what they can sell over the counter, so they're not that strong. Now, the product that I'm going to talk about today, you can buy over the counter, just not from your local hardware store. You can buy on Amazon, local pool shops, and places that sell pool cleaning materials is the best place to find it. You can also get it in some garden centres. I've got a garden centre local to me that does sell it, but they all do also sell hot tubs and things like that, so it could be why. So I've got a couple of examples which I'm going to throw on the screen in a second of jobs that I completed using this chemical. I think they're about 3 or 4 months since I cleaned them, and you'll see the difference on how they're looking. Weeds have started to grow through on one of them, but you can sort of see how minimal it is after 3 or 4 months. So you can expect to need to treat your driveway between 3 and 6 months, depending on, again, how much moisture you have, the environment you're in, how much sun the driveway gets, how much rain it gets. If it's at the bottom of a dip, if it's on a slant, the water will run off a little bit easier, things like that. But it's going to be dependent on your environment, but you can expect at least 3 months of no weeds with this treatment. So I just got to this job here to clean the windows, and it's actually a job that we cleaned the driveway on about 7 months ago. And this is why we say that using the chemical sodium hypochlorite is probably the most effective tool in cleaning the driveway. So I'll show you, and I'll put a card to the video before, and I'll try and get a screenshot of what it looked like to begin with. But you can see they're just starting to grow back through now. Just a little bit of moss, a little bit of weeds, and that's 7 months. 7 months of cleaning, and it's still looking like this. And when I show you what it looked like beforehand, you'll be amazed. Here's another driveway that we cleaned back in October, so coming up to 3 months ago now. I'll quickly turn you around and show you the driveway. And if you look at that, still absolutely zero weeds, zero moss, no black spots, a couple of wet patches from when I started cleaning the windows. even around here where it's particularly wet. You see the sand is still wet down there. Still nothing down here either. So I think a lot of you would have cottoned on by now, but the product we are talking about is sodium hypochlorite, or as the Americans like to call it, bleach. I don't think technically it is bleach, it's technically chlorine, but it's a 14 to 15% bleach solution. It's the same sort of base chemical. And what that acts as, it acts as a biocide to kill anything organic. So I don't know if you've ever washed a Indian sandstone patio, for example. They seem to be the worst with it. And you get all those little black spots that are on the Indian sandstone that just don't come up with the pressure washer. Now the sodium hypochlorite will lift those black spots. It will kill them off. It will help stop them from returning. And it does the same thing with the weeds. It kills it, kills any of the organic growth, and helps stop it from returning. And it just gives you that little bit of longevity to the clean itself, and for not a lot of extra money cost wise for the business. For me, it's one of the must-have products for any clean, any patio driveway clean. I personally wouldn't clean a patio driveway without it. Even if I was doing a free clean, I wouldn't do it without it. For me, it's just something that can't be compromised on. Now, you can apply sodium hypochlorite in, well, you can apply it in lots of different ways, but two main ways. If you're a business and you're looking to get the fastest application possible, I'd recommend getting a chemical application nozzle, for example X-Jet, and I'll pop a couple of clips up of me applying the chemical via an X-Jet. The other way that you can apply it is via a bucket and a nylon bristlewood brush. Don't use a wooden bristlewood brush. The hypo will eat away at the wooden bristles because they are organic, and it will just crumble by the time you've finished applying it. And so nylon bristled, and just scrub it in and let it dwell for 20 to 30 minutes, and then rinse it all down. Right, so now we need to talk about the most important part of applying this chemical, which is the PPE. So it's very, very important. I don't know, you can see it on here, it will absolutely stain your clothes. It is bleach compound, so it will ruin any clothes you wear if you get it on your clothes. So full overalls are preferred, but as long as all your skin is covered up, that's sort of the main thing. If you do get it on your skin, wash it off immediately. I have had it in the past where I've got it on the cuff of my leg, where I was wearing shorts, and my wellies were rubbing against it, and it burnt a hole in my leg basically. Took all the skin off, chemical burns, not nice, and you almost don't feel it. So if you notice it on your skin, get it washed off right away. Mask, particularly the fumes are quite toxic, but wear a mask when you're applying it, and goggles as well, if you don't want to get it in your eyes. That would be kind of bad. I'll pop some pictures of sort of the stuff that I recommend. Now, I can't remember for the life of me the name of it, but the mask you want to use is something like FFPT or FFTP. I will confirm it online and put it in the video, and that is a chemical application rated mask that will protect you from the fumes properly. They use it on sort of building sites and things like that. It's sort of like the law for them. Obviously as well, use a little bit of common sense when applying it. Don't be throwing your brush around if you're applying it via brush. Don't be shooting your nozzle up in the sky and overspray going everywhere. Try and turn, if you're using the chemical nozzle, turn your revs down or your pressure down. You don't need high pressure to apply chemical. Just, you know, nice blanket coverage. You don't need to go crazy with it. Don't be firing it up in the air, things like that. Same with your brush. If you're applying it via a bucket and brush, don't be throwing your brush in the air like this, going all crazy with it. Just apply it nice and easy. Maybe have a secondary bucket with water in just to rinse your brush off if you are going to be doing other things with it. Just be on the safe side of it. Use a little bit of common sense. Right guys, that is all from me for today. If you've got any questions regarding sodium hypochlorite, please pop them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to try and answer them as best I can. I do appreciate that you follow the channel for pressure washing videos, and we will be back pressure washing as of next week. It's just been a very slow start to the year, and I've still wanted to put out content for you guys. So I've just thrown out a couple of these more informational videos for some of the newer subscribers, the people looking to start a business this year. It's always good to sort of help other people out. So if you are new, got any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to have a chat with you. But yeah, I've got a job booked. I've got my first job of the year booked in this week, so it will be out next Saturday, I believe. Fingers crossed. And then there may be one more video because I'm on holiday for a couple of weeks that isn't pressure washing related, or potentially might skip a week depending on if I get enough time to finish the video this week. But I've got 3 jobs, 3 very good jobs booked in for when I get back from holiday. So we will be hitting the ground running when I get back with pressure washing videos. And yeah, hopefully I can start getting some other work booked in as well. I've got my first roof of the year booked in, but I'm not going to be putting roof videos on the channel anymore. They just don't seem to perform as well, and I want to keep to sort of a niche with the pressure washing solely on this channel. So if you do like the video, guys, please subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and share with your friends, all that good stuff. And I will catch you in the next one. Have a great week.